My Lifestyle. So today we will discuss cutting the cost of groceries or your food budget. So over the last year or so, my food budget has soared. It has been extremely ridiculous. Like I went from original $200 food budget for a family of four to spending $500 a month on groceries. And so I was trying to figure out a way to cut my costs because I just feel like $500 is a lot of money to be spending on food. I don't have anything to show for it other than the weight that I'm gaining. So I wanted to find some clever ways to be able to feed my family and still be able to save money, and at least have food that we would actually want to eat. And so originally when my budget was about $200, it was very simple to keep up. At the time, we were able to price match for a lot of things. I coupon right now, but I was couponing then, and it seemed like couponing was so much better than it was. And although a lot of stores stopped allowing, well, not a lot of stores, one store in particular stopped allowing price matching for items, then so I had to start making changes and to my budget. But also I had things stored up and a lot of coupons. So with the $200 food budget, we were pretty much feeding a family of four. I would use coupons, and we also ate out too. So with that, I didn't really pull that out of the food budget. When we would eat out frequently, but the groceries for our home to feed our family was about $200. So now my budget is about $500 or so, and it's due to the pandemic. It's due to things not being available, due to shortages, due to inflation. Like, it's just a number of things going on. Even with the couponing, I'm still trying to maximize my food budget with couponing, but it's still not as effective as it once was, just because of all the things that are going on. So even with all of these things taking place, I'm trying to figure out a way to reduce my food budget. So some things that I have put into place is to again, continue to do some of the things I did previously, like shopping on a budget, right? That's number one. Two, creating a grocery list whenever I'm getting ready to go to the store. And I stick to my list. Like, I don't just put random things in the basket. It frustrates me for someone to say, hey, pick this up, pick this up. No, I ask everyone in the house what they want before I go to the store, so I can get all my things together and see what coupons are available, what I need to download, what things I can do to slim my budget down, okay, to trim my budget. And so someone calling me, telling me to pick up something or add something to the list kind of frustrates me. So usually I'll have my list together, get ready to go to the store. I have all my coupons. I've checked all the sales papers to see what is available. And I try to do meal planning, okay, just to kind of maximize my budget. Because even though, I'm trying to save money and I'm shopping, I'm still spending lots of money with monies, even though I'm doing all the things that I've been doing. It's just not being effective. So some other things that I've decided to do was look for meals that were very cost effective, that would feed multiple people and would cost not so much to prepare. So keep in mind, at the time my budget was $200 a month. It was a family of four. Okay, so now I have a family of five because I have a new baby, but my son is away at college, and so he's an athlete, so he's not really here. Pretty much he comes here for the holidays. So other than that, he's not really here. So it would seem like now we really have a family of three. But I'm still buying food items for it seemed like for way more people based on the cost. Okay, so some things that I've started doing is basically to plan out what I actually want to eat. And I'm trying to get things that are healthy, not just a bunch of junk food, because junk food can be cheaper sometimes, but you're going to end up paying for it in the long run anyway. So some things that I came up with, I was going to prepare, like we've been eating like soft tacos. I get the jumbo taco shells. You're just making some ground beef. You're adding shredded lettuce, tomato, cheese, sour cream, picante sauce, and if you get the jumbo shells, you really only need like one taco. It's very filling. And then you will have that for leftovers. And maybe you can eat on it about 2 or 3 days or so. And so that would be one way. And tacos is pretty cheap. Also, that same dish, same ground beef, or you're just using beef in general, I have been making fiesta nachos. And so I take the ground beef and I just place it. I mix in with some stewed tomatoes and some ranch style beans, and I place it over some Doritos. And you can use tortilla chips if you like those, but over some Doritos. And then I put it over some rice, and I put on top of it lettuce, shredded cheese, and tomatoes, and sour cream, and picante sauce. And so all of those things kind of were the same as what I ate on the soft taco. So you can eat those. And you don't have to eat them in the same week. You can put it in the next week, but at least you'll have a makeup. And so we eat beef stew. Now we like oxtail stew, right? And so oxtails are expensive. Like I paid what was it? I think it was like $22 for 2 packages of oxtails that had maybe like 5 oxtails in it. I was so upset, but I just had to have the oxtails, so I went ahead and got them. But trying to figure out ways to get cheaper meats. When the meats are on sale, go ahead and stock up. Repackage them. Like I take the ground beef and I buy the larger 10-pound roll of ground beef. I'll split it up into 3s. I'll make hamburger patties with some. I'll take one and smash it flat to put it in the freezer in a Ziploc bag to store away for if I'm going to make spaghetti or tacos or something else. So just also proportioning my foods and putting them in bags to be able to save them. But things like that. I spent $68 just to make a pot of oxtail stew. But the good thing is that the stew can be eaten on for several days, at least like 3 days, 4 days. And maybe like usually food is not really food safe to be eaten any longer than 5 days, but you can eat on it for a couple of days, eat on it throughout the day, and everybody can eat and eat as much as they want to because it makes a lot. Okay, so buying frozen vegetables, they're typically $1 in a package, so those things are kind of helping me to save on my grocery bill. So hopefully I will be able to see if this actually helps overall. Like this month I'm still paying extra monies, I feel like, but hopefully next month I'll be able to see it and be able to see a change in some of the things that I'm doing to just kind of cut the cost of the grocery budget overall. Some other things I'm doing is trying to make sure I'm storing my foods properly, so that way I will be able to at least have them, long enough to be able to utilize them, as opposed to them ruining fast and having a lot of food waste because things are past their expiration date, or they were not stored properly, so they're ruining sooner than they were, expected or supposed to ruin. So hopefully I'll be able to continue these things and be able to cut my budget. And I will share with you all later if I was able to cut my budget, my $500 budget, because right now it's double the budget from what it used to be. So I'm trying to figure out ways to cut it, and hopefully I'll be able to show that I have been able to cut the budget. I am a couponer. I always use coupon. I used to be an extreme couponer, but now I'm no longer an extreme couponer. Plus with the new baby, I don't really have time to coupon, and with COVID going on, I don't have time for it. So I just kind of coupon when I go to the store, just something basic to get the things that we actually need. And so so I will let you all know, keep y'all updated with what I have going on. So hopefully you'll be able to tune in for my next video. I'll be discussing more in detail about ways that I'm able to storage my foods to be able to prolong them. But thank you all for tuning in today.